Please leave it somewhere else. Be careful not to hit anyone with it. Wait, Gonta? I was called upon to lift the country out of a dire situation. I swore to serve and help all its citizens. As the ultimate maid, I have advised politicians many times in the past, but he wanted me to prioritize saving the country from an unprecedented crisis. I fully accepted this request. As a maid, it is a great honor to serve the nation itself. And then, he turned his back toward me. At that moment, my determination solidified. A person like him would have noticed my bloodthirst emanating. He already knew. He forfeited his life right then and there. Ah! I have to escape! I won't die here! I will live! I refuse to die in a hellhole like this! For my nation! For my people! I will survive! I will not die! We should not worry about our procedure, especially since this is not a normal trial. Each of us will be serving as a potential culprit, lawyer, prosecutor, and jury member. Let us proceed with that in mind, shall we? Then let us start by reviewing the incident. You are correct. The possibility of him being the mastermind is quite low. Getting back on topic, we now have alibis for the people in the dining hall. Please just tell us what happened. But why did you lock the door? Gonta, please understand that in order to reveal the truth, you must also participate. No, we cannot confirm that just yet. My apologies, Gonta. I do not mean to put you on the spot like this, but because I promised to do my best, I will fulfill that responsibility. There is the possibility that Gonta killed Rantaro from the AV room. Not only could he have killed Rantaro from the AV room, but also, he would not appear in any of the pictures from the cameras placed in the library. First, I will explain the layouts of both the AV room and the library. The sliding door in the AV room faces the rear door of the library. Because of this, it is possible for Gonta to have killed Rantaro while he was in the AV room. In order for the murder to take place, the rear door of the library must be opened. Although you cannot fit your whole body through the sliding door, an arm would suffice. It would be possible if you used a particular item in the AV room. That is correct. You can make a long pole if you roll up the screen. It would be possible to reach the library door with it. If you use the rolled-up screen to reach the library's rear door, then you can open it. The screen itself is quite heavy, but that would not have been a problem for Gonta. Gonta did not enter the library. He killed Rantaro while he was still in the AV room. Yes, the act of throwing a shot-put ball could lead one to use it as a weapon. Rantaro's body was across from the AV room sliding door as well. As long as the rear door of the library was open, he would have been able to hit the victim. Did you forget already? Gonta easily picked up the heavy manhole cover. It would definitely be feasible for him to throw a shot-put ball at his target. Rantaro's corpse and the AV room door do line up with one another. There are no obstacles in the way. Obstacle? I should be the one to apologize. I am sorry for accusing you, Gonta. Then anyone would have been able to obtain it. We need more information, so the real question is how the culprit entered and exited the library. That would be quite difficult to achieve on such a narrow bookcase. Each interval lasted for 30 seconds, correct, Mew? That may have been enough time to kill Rantaro and exit the library. He could have collected the sensor from the hidden bookcase after killing Rantaro. Is this true, Kaede? This is quite troublesome. It seems our opinions are on opposite ends. Both of them were together when the receiver went off. Picture? If that is the case, we must find the reason why he noticed the camera. What was the purpose of leaving the flash on? Especially since it was meant to be hidden. Does this mean Shuichi's testimony was based on a misunderstanding? Indeed, they are stacked like stairs. I did not notice when I looked up from the floor. So Kaede created this mechanism? But we should not blame him for that. None of those actions warranted suspicion at the time, so we might not have noticed. It is a truth I do not wish to accept. But since Shuichi has brought everything to light, we can at least try to trust the Kaede we've come to know up to this point. Even if she did commit a crime, what Kaede has said to us is not a lie. She wanted to protect us. And I firmly believe that to be the truth. But it does point to Himiko being the most suspicious. Himiko, why do you look so surprised? That is a new fact. If that is the case, then when did he drown? The culprit would have had to hide the body near the tank and then show it during the act. But Himiko does not wish to tell us how she performed her act. Perhaps the mechanism was set up on the stage. Her clothes were definitely not wet. Yes, let us proceed. Where did the culprit hide Ryoma's body? From our discussion earlier, his body could have been in the space inside the staircase. No one could have seen that. It would have occurred in the middle of the show, when the tank was covered with a curtain. If there was a way to enter the tank from there, then it would be plausible. When the piranhas dropped from the tank, I thought I saw something bigger drop as well. The water tank on the bottom is made completely out of glass, correct? You can see what is happening through the glass. Can you really hide a body in the tank? Because of that, it was difficult to see the body hidden in the tank. So the culprit placed Ryoma's corpse in the piranha tank before nighttime yesterday? Which means he was also killed during that time frame. Yes, Gonta was the last person who saw Ryoma. Then we can assume the crime took place between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock at night. That would be the four of us. Myself, Kaito, Miu, and also Maki. I do this for everyone. It is my duty to unveil the truth, so I do not care if people suspect me. I will also say this. The crime took place between 8 and 10 o'clock at night, and I was at the gym during that time. But I was only there for about 5 minutes. You will see whether or not I am suspicious as the trial progresses. I am not the culprit. I was only alone in the gym for about 5 minutes. Himiko and the others were with me, until they left with Gonta. That was 5 minutes before 9 p.m. This information could have been told to us beforehand. If I am the culprit, that would mean I killed Ryoma within 5 minutes, transported him to the gym, and hid him in the piranha tank. This seems highly unlikely. Gonta was in the midst of heading to the gym to capture Angie. Are you claiming I took advantage of that and called Ryoma for a rendezvous at the gym? And what is this effective method? The cups pad? So you do not have any evidence. What are you trying to say, Maki? Yes, this seems too convenient. As I recall, Ryoma had Maki's motive video, correct? Does this mean you and Ryoma received one another's motive video? It is quite selfish to keep this information hidden because you were not in the mood. Have you seen everyone's motive video? I see. No, we cannot be too sure about that yet. Even if Ryoma and Maki did meet, it does not mean it was during nighttime yesterday. I am saying it could still be a possibility. If there is still a small chance of you being the culprit, then I cannot trust you entirely. Because everyone's lives are at stake. Surely they would have come forward already. What? And you two did not confirm who Maki was talking to at the time? If I overheard a conversation in the middle of the night, I surely would have checked. We are still part of a killing game after all. But then when was Ryoma's body placed inside the piranha tank? Are you positive that you did not see it? You cannot enter the gym at nighttime. But should we trust Maki's testimony in the first place? Even if the culprit were to throw the body from outside the window is far too high. It cannot be reached from the floor. Do you have the answer then? The handcuffs were left after the piranhas devoured Ryoma. The window? Your explanation contradicts some things we discussed earlier. The gym window was too high to reach from the poolside, even if one used the ladder. Is the rope long enough to reach both windows? Both windows were too high to reach. It would be like tying a rope from one cliff to another. That is not feasible with just one rope. The inner tube? With that method, the culprit must have made numerous trips from Ryoma's lab to the pool. Then why did the culprit leave it in the pool? But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery otherwise. Me? I cannot believe you would suspect me. If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice. If you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision? I will refute your accusations with all my might, for everyone's sake. I, of course, am not the culprit. An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one. Do you think we would fall for such nonsense? Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone. We all could have, except perhaps Gonta. How so? Did you return to your respective dorm rooms? So everyone on the second floor has an alibi? You cannot determine the culprit with just that. And why do you believe that? While I do understand where you are coming from, I assure you this is just a part of your petty imagination. An empty theory created from nihilism. If it were solely the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time. I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided narrative. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart. I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the third floor window. But there is no evidence to indicate this had happened. In other words, it is just a guess. And then you add assumptions and hearsay to that guess. It is nothing more than deception. If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit. But I cannot allow that. Because I must do this for everyone. I have a duty and a responsibility. I must serve everyone and protect them. So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do. I am so sorry for making such a mess. Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary. It is all of you, of course. Yes, really. So please believe me. I am not the culprit. I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. Because I made a promise to Kaede. She wished for all of us to escape together. I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid. I wish to serve everyone. So please believe me. You have to! Shuichi, please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit. You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct? But you cannot accuse me of being the culprit with that insufficient proof. It is still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis. They could have pretended to help Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder. So you still believe I am the culprit? But there is no evidence to indicate that I am... The final clue? Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit? Don't you want to protect everyone? Then you're wrong! Your deduction is all wrong! What truth? All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others. I can't bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat. You can't save anyone! Yeah, so what? You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed. What truth? That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that. This is very, very unfortunate, Shuichi. My pride as a maid demands that I fulfill every request that I receive. But to end like this? That is correct. I entered Kaede's room once before the incident and twice after. Prior to the incident, the room was slightly dusty. But after, it was in a terrible state. Just as Kaede said, we can presume a struggle happened in that room. Yes, to clean it. I do this for all the dorm rooms. But I did not see the culprit or hero. I agree with Hajime. We still have many questions about this incident. First, we should listen to Kaede and the others' testimonies. May we hear your testimony? For you to make a false statement when our lives are at risk. I am not amused. We know that Hiro brought the murder weapon, the kitchen knife, and fought the culprit in Kaede's room, where the culprit took the knife and killed Hiro. I think I know what you're referring to. It was on the ground, but what about it? Miss Tenko, how is the oil massage? Understood. I will also provide a fruit platter. There is no need to thank me. Your happiness is the reason I serve. Master Shuichi? Oh, Master Shuichi! Are you sure? Is it truly all right for me to have these feelings for you? I am not worthy of such kind words. I am infatuated with you. I love you! Please allow me to stand by your side forever. I am Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid. Please let me know if you require my service. Either way, then, that is, I will do my best. I will grant your wishes. That is my intention. That is troubling. Understood. Please, I see. I will do it. But I shall take that request. I am a maid after all. In order to complete a request. For everyone. If you desire. Is this a request? I do not mind. Please wait. Please, go ahead. Thank you. Yes, of course. This is my selfless devotion. How? How can I help you? Oh, that is correct. Yes, that is fine. What should we do? Excuse me. My apologies. Are you feeling all right? Cognac. Cognac. It seems as if... Do you agree? May I? What do you think? What do you think? Excuse me. All of you. I do not agree. No. I do not know. You must live. I will survive! Because of you, I was able to re-examine my principles. Thank you. As your personal maid, allow me to support your future. Once we escape, will you give serious consideration to employing my services? This is my selfless devotion. This is my selfless devotion. This is our answer. You are incorrect. What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die. I completely understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. I only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? What does that piece of trash prove? What does that piece of trash prove? Ah! Let us proceed. I am a failure as a maid.